With the rise of looks maxing, everybody's trying to become handsome. Everybody wants to look like the Chad that women are simping over, going nuts over. But the thing is, there's really not that many attractive guys out in public. Like, how often are you walking the streets and you genuinely see a very handsome man? Well, I'll tell you right now, man, it is extremely rare. So today I've got 10 reasons as to why you are not a Chad, you'll never become a Chad, so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's get it. The last 2 decades, this is actually crazy, the last 2 decades, testosterone is 50% of what it used to be 2 decades ago. This means that there are more soy boys than ever before. Now, this is actually one of the easiest ways to see as to why, as a society, men are getting less attractive. Because if we go back and look at skulls from 100 years ago, 200 years ago, the hunter skull looked completely different than it did now. Pretty much what I'm saying is that the average man was way more handsome just because during puberty, the most important developmental years, this is whenever we had more testosterone, more human growth hormone to properly develop everything. Nowadays, we're full of soy boys who never actually develop proper facial features because they don't have enough testosterone throughout puberty. Now, there's so many different reasons for this. A lack of sleep, and the number one thing is going to be just BS nutrition. You know, like, if you're only eating food at school, you're eating all these grains, pastas, just food that really does nothing for you, man. Like, no one is eating a whole bunch of pasture-raised eggs, grass-fed steak, raw milk, the foods that actually boost testosterone, human growth hormone. No one's getting proper supplementation of things that they're lacking. We have an insane amount of nutrient deficiencies, with 92% of Americans deficient in basic vitamins and minerals. Now, with all this combined, you are definitely not going to be developing your facial features properly to actually become handsome. One of the biggest reasons 90% of guys will not ever become a Chad is going to be very simple. It is the male gaze physique. It's this physique, this dream that so many guys keep pursuing, and I don't understand it because it makes no logical sense. Women don't like it. The only people who like it are other men. Now, what am I referring to? I'm referring to a couple of things. The roided up bodybuilder physique, which, by the way, if you ever take anything unnatural, you will ruin your face. You're gonna get moon face, your face is gonna get round and puffy, you lose all your handsomeness, man. Or we got the gym bro, man. He wants to look big, he wants to look bulky, so he's freaking 20% body fat year round. You go to any gym, all these guys, let's say they can bench 315, they look huge, they look jacked, but do they have abs? Do they have a jawline? Do they have hollow cheeks? No, because they are too freaking fat, man. Men are afraid to get lean and stay lean because other insecure men call them skinny. Oh, you're skinny, you look so skinny. This is their biggest fear. So this is why they never become handsome, man, because you will not ever look handsome if you are above 12% body fat. It's straight up. Money does so many things, and a couple of the things that money actually does is very simple. Number one, let's say your parents failed you. You don't have the genes to look like a Chad. You cannot look handsome naturally. What do you need? You need surgeries, bro. You got a terrible weak chin? You need surgery. You need some jaw implants? You need surgery. Your nose is crooked, too big, it looks ugly, disgusting, throws off your facial proportions? You need surgery. You know what surgery requires? Money. And in addition to that, money does a lot of things, man. It boosts your fashion, which also adds another aura, and it's going to allow you to buy healthier foods that boost testosterone, HGH, makes the skin glow, and most of all, when you are broke, I don't know about you, but for me, I feel like the biggest, most insecure pile of doo-doo in the world. Maybe it's my own sense of pride, man, but ever since I was 12 years old, I hustled, I got my own money, I saved my own money, and I always wanted to have money. So if you're broke, it's very difficult to have that sense of confidence and accomplishment, man. This is one of the biggest reasons that you are not ever going to become a Chad, man. You got to get that back. It is hard to look like a Chad with too much upper eye exposure. You guys have seen it, man. All the most popular moggers, the Chads, they have hunter eyes, they have almond eyes, they don't have a whole bunch of upper eyelid exposure. So one of the best hacks to actually get this naturally. Now, mewing will help actually develop the face properly, getting enough HGH, testosterone throughout puberty to develop the face. But one method you can do is the UUDD method. This is almost like mewing in a sense that it's an exercise that you can do throughout the day to pretty much create the look of hunter eyes with time. So you want to raise the eyebrows up just like that, and then you want to look upwards. The next, you actually want to lower the eyebrows and then lower the eyes. Now, it's very subtle, but what this is actually going to do is minimize the upper eyelid exposure. So with time, the eyes will start resting like this naturally. So if you got the prey eyes, it's throwing off your entire look, this is one method that is killer to look more handsome. You guys knew the self-promotion was coming, but I've always said this, man. A 5 out of 10 man, so let's say he looks completely average, but he is tall, he will still get so many girls. Because just being taller creates an insane height halo. I don't think you guys realize this, man. That's why Jacob Elordi, in my opinion, facially, his face is not very symmetrical. It's a little messed up, but he's got the jawline. He's 6'5". Women go freaking nuts over him. Now, height is actually only 60 to 80% genetic, 20 to 40% environmental. As I've always said, this is why I'm 6'6", with both my parents being roughly 5'8", 5'9", and my brother's 6'4", 6'5", doing my exact same protocols. And the number one reason most people don't optimize their height growth is because nutrient deficiencies. 92% of Americans across all social classes are deficient in basic vitamins and minerals. When this happens, IGF-1 human growth hormone shuts down, closing those growth plates. So you have to pick up Titan Growth 2.0 on my website, kalosique.com, which contains 500 to 1,000% of all your daily required nutrients to optimize your height growth genetics. Don't forget, guys, I am relaunching my coaching program. So if you want to look like a Greek god, male model, look as attractive as possible, I will help you with looks maxing and your dream physique. Link below to apply to work with me. And don't forget to join Kalos VIP. This is my school of looks maxing with my 3-hour looks maxing masterclass, 2-hour height growth masterclass. Right now, I've got the female nature masterclass. You got to join now. Link in the description before the price goes up once again. Kind of back to the first point, the soy boys, no testosterone, no HGH. We are modern day pussies, man. We are not doing what we used to do to be handsome. In addition to that, we're not chewing. Think about it. 100 years ago, what are we doing? We're chewing hard foods, mostly steak, man. We would eat tons and tons of meat, and this developed our face. It's not just the masseters whenever you're chewing, man. It develops everything, the cheekbones, the brow ridge, because your entire face is clenching up. It's moving. It is getting exercise, man. So you need to be chewing hard foods, beef jerky, lots and lots of meat if you want to develop the face properly. And like I say, this is most beneficial during puberty, but even if you're past this in your 20s, 30s, even if you're in your 40s watching this, there is still something you can do. If you're only eating pudding and jellos and breads like most people, 99% of people these days, then yes, you're gonna have a soft face. So here's a good little quote to go by. If you eat soft foods, you will be soft. Your physique's gonna look soft, your face is gonna look soft and pudgy, you're gonna look soft. But if you eat the hard foods, man, you eat the steak, the eggs, the hard foods, you're gonna be hard and dense.
That's what she said.
One reason you're never gonna become a Chad is because you have this male gaze ideology, man. In the most simple sense, in that you think everything is gay. You know, like 99% of guys, they think wearing rings is gay. They think wearing a chain is gay. They think getting earrings, ew, it's so gay. But here's the thing, I've always said this. This is the female gaze. Women go nuts over this. But if you're only adhering to what other men find attractive, then you're never going to look like a Chad, at least in the eyes of women. Maybe other men are going to perceive you as a Chad, super handsome man if you're super buffed and you adhere to all the rules of masculinity and manhood, then you're going to look like a Chad. But to girls, no. And it's so ironic, actually. I read the comments on my new Looks Maxing documentary by Channel 4, and everyone in the comments is saying that, oh, guys just do this for other guys, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that is actually hilarious, because bodybuilding and like all this other BS, that is purely for other guys. Looks maxing and all this literally comes from the female gaze and looking as handsome as possible from their perspective. Something that used to hold me back. First of all, look at this. Look at my face. Look how silky, smooth, soft it is. It did not used to be like that. And when your skin is not glowing, it's not looking as soft, then you're not going to look as attractive. You're not going to look like a Chad with just dried out skin. It doesn't look as luxurious and sexy, man. You're going to look just bad, straight up. One reason you're never going to become handsome, you're never going to become a Chad, is you simply don't do skincare. You don't do any of it. You either think, oh, I want to go all natural. It's not natural to do skincare. It's so bad for you. Or you just don't know where to start, so you don't ever do anything. So I'm just going to give you the basics to have glowing skin. I sell skincare products. I'm not going to force you to buy it. If you want to, go to my website, kalosique.com, but I will tell you exactly what you need. First off, you need an exfoliant. So you need some way to exfoliate the face daily. Something soft and gentle, nothing abrasive, no chemicals. Very gentle exfoliation on a daily basis. Now we need a cleanser to cleanse the face, and then a toner, and then a moisturizer. These are going to be the basics of everything that you need, but you can go crazier with it. You know, like in the evening, you can use like a sleeping pack. You can use some retinols, things like this, because it's going to be amazing. Beef tallow in the evening is also really good because it replicates the natural skin oils. So whenever you wake up, the skin's going to be super moisturized. So there is so much stuff you can literally do to look more attractive that you guys simply are not doing, and it starts with that skin. Don't roast me in the comments for this because I actually need a haircut at the moment, but one reason you will not become a handsome Chad, because your hair looks terrible, man. Like, I'm telling you, if you have all the facial aesthetics, you look so freaking good, but you cannot choose a haircut for your face shape, you will not ascend to Chad level status, man. It's like me, for example. I have a very long head. You know, like, this is my entire head. It's a little bit narrow and very long. So if I were to have a haircut that showed how long my head is, like a buzz cut, for example, then this would throw off the symmetry of my face. Something that actually makes the face look a little bit wider and kind of covers the forehead a little bit to create the illusion of a shorter face makes my face look more attractive. So this is what you have to do, man. You have to analyze your own face, find your face shape, and then find the most aesthetic haircut and hairstyle for this. In the future, I will do a dedicated face shape and hairstyle video, but that video is not today. So for now, you've got to find the right hairstyle for your face shape, and if you're losing hair, get that fixed right now, baby. Last but not least, it's going to be the little things that are going to prevent you from ascending, man. So it's going to be having blackheads on your nose. It's going to be not clipping your fingernails. It's going to be smelling stinky. It's going to be having yellow teeth. It's going to be having huge bags under your eyes, eyebrows that are too thin, hair color that doesn't match your overall phenotype, your overall aesthetic. There are so many different things that can literally throw off your look to stop you from ascending to the Chad status. And so this is why it's so important to keep experimenting, to have really good personal hygiene. Always take care of yourselves, guys, to the freaking fullest, and then keep experimenting. Experiment with accessories, jewelry, different things to see how it looks on you. And this is going to be the key to getting to the next level. Maybe you look better with black hair. Maybe you look better with platinum hair. You won't know until you try it out. So feel free to experiment. Have an open mind with this stuff, man. But that's it. Subscribe if you're new. Love you with all my heart. Peace.